5 fruits you should eat to prevent nighttime urination. And 5 you should avoid senior health. Waking up at night to pee, it's not just annoying, it's a sign your body's out of balance. Some fruits make it worse, while others can help fix it naturally. Stay until the very end, because the final fruit I reveal is the one that makes all the difference while you sleep. Bladder basics. Before we dive into the specific fruits that can transform your nights, I want you to understand something absolutely fundamental about your own body. It's a piece of knowledge that will empower all your future choices. We often think of the bladder as nothing more than a simple storage tank for liquid, a passive bag that just holds fluid until it's full. We naturally assume that if we have to go to the bathroom at night, it's simply because we drank too much water before bed. And while fluid intake is certainly a part of the story, it is far, far from the whole story. The reality is so much more nuanced and, frankly, so much more interesting and empowering than that simple equation. The real key, the foundation of everything we're about to discuss, lies in understanding that your bladder is a muscle. It's not a passive bag, it's a dynamic, sensitive, and incredibly responsive organ. The wall of the bladder is made of a powerful, smooth muscle called the detrusor muscle. And just like any other muscle in your body, from your bicep to your hamstring, it can become irritated, overstimulated, and tense. Or conversely, it can be soothed, calmed, and relaxed. When you grasp this single concept, the entire landscape of nighttime bladder issues begins to make perfect sense. It's not just about what you drink, it's about how you treat this vital muscle. Imagine your bladder as a delicate, sensitive balloon. Throughout the day, as it fills, it is designed to stretch patiently and calmly. It should be able to expand to its capacity without sending out frantic alarms. But if you introduce substances that irritate its sensitive inner lining, that balloon becomes twitchy, tense, and jumpy. It's like a muscle that's constantly on the verge of a cramp, unable to fully relax into a state of placid stillness. When any muscle in your body is irritated, its primary impulse is to contract. And when your bladder muscle contracts, it sends that all too familiar, urgent, and insistent signal to your brain that screams, "It's time to go, right now," even if it's not truly full. This is precisely where the concept of bladder irritants comes into play, and it's the missing link for so many people. The most common and potent irritant that people often fail to consider in their diet is acid. Highly acidic foods and drinks, even those we consider healthy, can act like a persistent low-grade annoyance to the bladder lining. They are constantly poking and prodding at it, preventing it from relaxing into a calm, restful state that's necessary for a full night of sleep. This is the very reason why you can have a very small amount of a certain type of liquid, like a few sips of juice, and find yourself needing the bathroom an hour later, while a larger glass of a different, gentler liquid gives you no trouble at all. It's not just about volume, it is fundamentally about composition. On the other, more hopeful hand, there are substances that have the exact opposite effect. These are the bladder soothers, the nutritional heroes of our story. Think of them as a calming balm applied directly to that irritated, twitchy muscle. Certain minerals in particular play a heroic role in this soothing process. Two of the most important and well-researched minerals for muscle function and deep relaxation are potassium and magnesium. These powerful electrolytes are essential for regulating the delicate balance of fluids inside and outside our cells, and they are absolutely critical for proper nerve signaling and the healthy contraction and relaxation of muscles. When your body has an adequate and consistent supply of potassium and magnesium, your muscles, including the sensitive detrusor muscle of the bladder, are far better able to relax. They can hold their capacity calmly and patiently without sending out those false, urgent, and sleep-shattering alarms. So, the core principle we're going to explore isn't about depriving yourself of delicious, healthy, life-giving fruits. It's about making strategic, intelligent, and informed swaps. It's about understanding which fruits are naturally low in acid and wonderfully high in those calming minerals, and which ones, despite their glowing health benefits, might be secretly contributing to your restless nights. This journey is not about restriction. It is about empowerment. It's about learning to work in beautiful harmony with your body's natural rhythms and signals, giving it exactly what it needs to grant you the profound gift of deep, uninterrupted sleep. This is the foundation, the basic biological understanding that will make everything else we discuss click perfectly into place. It's not magic, it's biology. And it's a biology you have the direct power to influence, starting today. Soothing servings. Now let's get to the wonderful, positive, and deeply encouraging side of this equation. Let's talk about the fruits that are your staunchest allies in the quest for a peaceful, uninterrupted night. These are the soothing servings, the delicious choices that work with your body to promote a state of calm and internal balance. When you consciously choose these fruits, especially in the afternoon or early evening, you're actively giving your body the specific nutritional tools it needs to rest properly. You are setting the stage for success. The first and perhaps most well-known champion in this category is the humble, everyday banana. We so often associate bananas with preventing late-night leg cramps, and the scientific reason for that is their famously rich potassium content. That very same principle applies directly and powerfully to your bladder. Potassium is a crucial electrolyte that plays a star role in both muscle and nerve function. It helps your body maintain a healthy fluid balance, and importantly, it helps counteract the effects of excess sodium, a mineral that can make your body retain water and then attempt to flush it out at the most inconvenient times imaginable, like 3 in the morning. Think of potassium as a master diplomat for your body's internal systems. It keeps the peace, helping everything run more smoothly, more predictably, and less erratically. When your potassium levels are optimal, the smooth muscle of your bladder wall is significantly less likely to spasm or contract unnecessarily. A small banana consumed a few hours before bed isn't just a simple snack. It's a direct, gentle, and biological signal to your bladder that it's time to relax, let go of its tension, and settle in for the night. It is truly one of the most effective, simple, and universally accessible tools in your nutritional toolkit for achieving this specific and life-changing goal. Our second soothing superstar is the incredible avocado. While many people still think of it as a vegetable, the avocado is botanically a large berry, a single-seeded fruit, and it is an absolute powerhouse of bladder-friendly nutrients. Not only is it incredibly low in acid, making it exceptionally non-irritating, but it's also packed with both potassium, containing even more than a banana, ounce for ounce, and its crucial partner, magnesium. Magnesium is very often called the relaxation mineral, and for exceptionally good reason. It's a cofactor in over 300 essential biochemical reactions in the body, a huge number of which are directly related to muscle relaxation and calming the entire nervous system. A deficiency in magnesium, which is incredibly common in modern diets, can lead directly to muscle tension, twitchiness, nervousness, and a general persistent feeling of being on edge. By ensuring you have enough magnesium in your diet, you are supporting the relaxation of every single muscle in your body, and that absolutely includes the sensitive detrusor muscle of the bladder. The amazing healthy fats in avocado also contribute to a deep feeling of satiety and slow down digestion, which can help to stabilize your entire system overnight. A few slices of avocado with your evening meal can be a profoundly effective and delicious strategy. It's a creamy, satisfying, and deeply nourishing way to send a clear message to your body that it is safe, supported, and ready to rest deeply. Next on our list of friends is the wonderfully gentle pear. Pears are celebrated in nutritional circles for being one of the absolute least acidic fruits you can eat, making them exceptionally kind to a sensitive bladder or a sensitive digestive system in general. If you think back to our core principle, avoiding irritation is fully half the battle, and pears are a decisive winner on this front. They provide a lovely, subtle sweetness without the sharp, acidic kick of citrus or other fruits that can so easily cause trouble for a sensitive system. This simple lack of acidity makes them a fundamentally safe choice for the evening hours. Furthermore, pears are a fantastic source of both soluble and insoluble fiber, which is incredibly important for overall digestive regularity and health. When your digestive system is calm, happy, and running smoothly, it places significantly less pressure on all the surrounding organs, and this most certainly includes the bladder. Everything in the pelvic region is intricately connected, a close neighborhood of organs where the state of one affects all the others. Promoting overall digestive health can have a surprisingly positive and direct knock-on effect on your bladder comfort. A ripe, juicy pear is a simple, elegant, and highly effective choice when you crave a sweet treat that won't come back to haunt you in the middle of the night. It's a choice that respects your body's need for gentle, non-irritating nutrition as it prepares for its critical period of rest and regeneration. Let's also talk about a specific type of melon that can be a fantastic choice for many people, the cantaloupe. Now, we have to be a bit careful with melons, as some varieties are extremely high in water content and can act as diuretics, which we'll discuss in detail later. But cantaloupe strikes a truly beautiful and beneficial balance. It is relatively low in acid and contains a good amount of potassium and magnesium, our two key calming minerals. It provides wonderful hydration, but because its water is bound up within a matrix of fiber and nutrients, it tends to be processed by the body a bit more steadily than, say, pure water or a very high water content fruit like watermelon. This slow-release hydration is a crucial distinction. It nourishes your cells without creating a sudden flood that overwhelms your kidneys and bladder. The key here, as with all these beneficial fruits, is moderation and, of course, timing. A small bowl with a few cubes of cantaloupe in the late afternoon can be a refreshing and highly beneficial snack. It helps top up your essential mineral stores and provides gentle, steady hydration without completely overwhelming your system right before you lie down for 8 hours. It's a sweet, delicious way to support your bladder's health and contribute to a more stable and peaceful internal environment throughout the entire night. Finally, our fifth soothing serving is the tropical wonder papaya. This incredible fruit is a true digestive hero, and its benefits extend beautifully and directly to bladder health. Papaya contains a unique proteolytic enzyme called papain, which is famously excellent for breaking down proteins and supporting the entire digestive process. As we mentioned when discussing pears, a happy, calm digestive system very often means a happier, calmer bladder. But beyond its digestive prowess, papaya is another fruit that is wonderfully low in acid and a very good source of both potassium and magnesium. It also contains a wealth of antioxidants and vitamins, like vitamin C, but in a form that is much less acidic and therefore less irritating than the form found in citrus fruits. Think of papaya as a multifaceted supporter of your nightly peace. It actively helps your digestive system run smoothly. It calms the bladder with its ideal mineral content and low acidity, and it provides a rich source of nutrients for the overall health and repair of your body's tissues. Choosing these 5 fruits, bananas, avocados, pears, cantaloupe, and papaya, is a profound act of self-care. You are consciously and intelligently choosing to soothe, nourish, and support your body's natural rhythms, paving the way for the deep, uninterrupted, and restorative sleep you so richly deserve. It's a simple shift that can yield absolutely extraordinary results in your day-to-day quality of life. Irritating culprits. Now, with that hopeful knowledge in place, we must turn our attention to the other side of the coin. It is equally, if not more, important to know what to limit as it is to know what to include. These are the irritating culprits, the fruits that, while often celebrated as very healthy in other contexts, can be the hidden, secret reason behind your nighttime troubles. Truly understanding why they are problematic is the key that unlocks your ability to make informed choices that serve your ultimate goal of uninterrupted sleep. You are about to become a detective of your own diet. The most obvious and significant offender in this category is the entire extended family of citrus fruits. This includes the usual suspects: oranges, grapefruits, lemons, and limes, but also clementines and tangerines. The issue here is one simple, powerful word: acid. These fruits are literally defined by their high concentration of citric acid. While that's what gives them their bright, zesty, and refreshing taste, that very same acid can be a major irritant to the delicate, sensitive lining of your bladder. Remember our analogy of the bladder as a sensitive, twitchy muscle. Pouring acid onto it, even in the form of a healthy glass of orange juice or a few segments of grapefruit, is like repeatedly poking that muscle and telling it to be on high alert. This acidic assault can cause low-grade inflammation and heightened sensitivity, leading the bladder to feel full and signal the need to empty long before it's actually at its capacity. It creates a false alarm. This is precisely why you might have a small glass of orange juice with your dinner and find yourself waking up 3 or 4 times during the night, feeling frustrated and confused. It's not the volume of the liquid that's the primary problem, it's the highly irritating, acidic nature of that liquid. If you are serious about reclaiming your nights, significantly reducing or completely eliminating citrus fruits, especially in the second half of the day, is one of the single most impactful changes you can possibly make. Next on our list of culprits is a fruit that often surprises people because it feels so benign: the watermelon. On a hot summer day, there's truly nothing more refreshing or hydrating. But its greatest strength, its incredible water content, is also its greatest weakness when it comes to nighttime bladder health. Watermelon is, as its name proudly implies, incredibly high in water, often over 92%. But more than that, it also acts as a powerful, natural diuretic. A diuretic is any substance that promotes diuresis, which is the increased production of urine by the kidneys. So when you eat watermelon, you are not only consuming a massive volume of fluid in a short amount of time, but you are also consuming a substance that is actively telling your kidneys to work overtime and pull even more fluid from your system to produce more urine. It's a formidable double whammy for your bladder. You are filling the tank at a rapid rate while simultaneously speeding up the factory that fills the tank. Eating even a moderate amount of watermelon in the evening is akin to setting a very loud, very reliable timer for your bladder to wake you up in 2 to 3 hours. It's almost a guarantee of at least one nighttime trip to the bathroom. While it's a wonderfully hydrating and healthy fruit for the daytime, especially when you are active and sweating, it should be one of the very first things you choose to avoid in the hours leading up to bedtime. It's a classic textbook case of the right food at precisely the wrong time. Another tropical fruit that can cause significant issues for many is the pineapple. Similar to its citrus cousins, pineapple is quite high in acid. It contains both citric and malic acid, which can definitely contribute to that same bladder irritation we've discussed. For many people, particularly those with an already sensitive system, the acidity alone is enough to make pineapple a fruit to avoid in the evening. However, pineapple also contains a uniquely potent enzyme called bromelain. Bromelain has many documented health benefits, including powerful anti-inflammatory properties. But for some sensitive individuals, it can also act as a mild but direct bladder irritant. When you combine the high acid content with the potential for this enzymatic irritation, you have a fruit that can be a significant trigger for nighttime urgency and frequency. It's a 1-2 punch of irritation. Pineapple is a delicious, vibrant, and nutrient-rich fruit. But if your nights are consistently broken and you're searching for answers, it's well worth experimenting with eliminating it from your diet, especially after lunchtime, to see if you notice a significant improvement in your sleep quality. It's all about listening to your unique body and recognizing that even incredibly healthy foods can have unintended consequences depending on your individual sensitivities and your specific health goals. Here's another one that might come as a shock because it's so often and so loudly recommended for urinary health: cranberries. We have been told for decades by doctors and grandmothers alike that cranberry juice is the go-to remedy for urinary tract infections, UTIs. And for active diagnosed bacterial infections, there is good evidence that compounds in cranberries can prevent certain bacteria from adhering to the bladder wall. However, and this is a critical distinction, what we are talking about here is not a bacterial infection. We are talking about an overactive or irritated bladder, OAB, which is a very different condition involving muscle and nerve sensitivity. For this specific issue, cranberries are actually a major problem. They are one of the most acidic fruits on the planet. This high acidity, which is beneficial in creating an inhospitable environment for bacteria during a UTI, is precisely what makes it a harsh, aggressive irritant for a non-infected but sensitive bladder lining. Drinking cranberry juice or eating cranberries when you're simply trying to calm your bladder down is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. You are taking one of the most acidic fruits available and introducing it directly to an already irritated organ. If you do not have a diagnosed UTI and are struggling with nighttime frequency, avoiding cranberries and cranberry juice is a critical, non-negotiable step. Please separate the advice for infection from the advice for irritation. They are two different problems that require two very different, almost opposite nutritional approaches. Finally, let's consider a common and seemingly innocent snack: grapes. Grapes, both green and red, are very high in sugar and also possess a significant level of acidity. This combination of high sugar and acid can be problematic for some people. Chronic high sugar intake can feed low-grade inflammation throughout the body, which can in turn make the bladder lining more sensitive and susceptible to the direct irritation from the fruit's acid. Furthermore, because grapes are so small and easy to eat, it's very common to mindlessly consume a large quantity of them in a single sitting, which means you're getting a significant load of fluid, sugar, and acid all at once. This sudden influx can overstimulate the entire system and lead to the kidneys processing a lot of fluid in a very short period of time. While a small handful of grapes is unlikely to cause a major issue for most, sitting down with a large bowl of them in the evening while watching television is a potential recipe for a restless night. Understanding these 5 culprits, citrus, watermelon, pineapple, cranberries, and grapes, gives you incredible power. It allows you to confidently identify the potential hidden triggers in your daily diet. By consciously choosing to limit these, especially in the afternoon and evening, you are methodically removing the primary antagonists in your quest for peaceful sleep. You are clearing the way for your bladder to finally find the calm and quiet it needs to let you rest. Timing tricks. We have now covered the what in great detail, the good guys that soothe and the bad guys that irritate in your fruit bowl. But all of this invaluable knowledge is incomplete and frankly less effective without understanding the second, equally critical part of the equation, the when. This chapter is arguably the most important of all because it contains the single most practical, actionable, and powerful strategy you can implement to change your nights forever. I call it the sunset rule, and it is beautifully, elegantly simple. The rule is this: aim to cease all of your fluid and food intake, including all fruits, at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. Think of it as a gentle, respectful curtain call for your digestive system and your kidneys. You are consciously giving your body a crucial and necessary head start to process, filter, and finish dealing with everything you've consumed throughout the day before you lie down horizontally for a long period of rest. This isn't about deprivation. It's about intelligent scheduling that honors your body's natural processes. Let's explore exactly why this is so profoundly effective on a physiological level. When you are upright during the day, standing or sitting, you have an invisible, powerful ally on your side: gravity. Gravity helps keep everything moving downwards efficiently through your digestive system and helps your kidneys filter fluids from your bloodstream. Your entire body is designed and optimized to process food and drink while you are in a vertical position. When you lie down to go to sleep, you completely take gravity out of the equation. Fluid that might have been lingering in your lower extremities due to being on your feet all day, or fluid that is still being processed by your system, can now more easily be reabsorbed into your bloodstream. From there, it's sent directly to the kidneys to be filtered. If you eat or drink right up until the moment you get into bed, you are essentially giving your kidneys a major work assignment right at the beginning of their supposed night shift. Your body will be busy digesting and processing those last-minute inputs for the first few hours of your sleep cycle. And the natural, unavoidable result of that processing is the production of urine. This is the biological reason you so often find yourself waking up around 1 or 2 in the morning. It's the delayed metabolic result of that late evening snack or that one last glass of water. The 2 to 3 hour window is not an arbitrary number pulled from thin air. It's a carefully considered guideline that gives most people's bodies enough time to substantially complete the initial, most intense phase of processing their last meal or drink. In that window, your stomach has a chance to empty its contents into the small intestine. It allows your kidneys the time to filter the immediate fluid load from your bloodstream and send the resulting urine to your bladder. This means you can empty your bladder one final time right before you turn out the light, and you can do so with the confidence that you are starting the night with a relatively empty and, most importantly, calm system. You have effectively dealt with the day's intake while you were still awake, upright, and assisted by gravity. This single change in habit can be more powerful than any specific food you choose to eat or avoid. You could be eating all the soothing servings in the world, but if you eat that lovely banana or a few slices of avocado just 30 minutes before your head hits the pillow, you are still very likely to have a broken night. Timing is the force multiplier. It's the secret ingredient that makes all your other good choices truly and maximally effective. Implementing the sunset rule is also a wonderful and transformative act of mindfulness. It transforms your evening routine from a haphazard, often unconscious pattern of grazing into a conscious, deliberate preparation for deep rest. It creates a clear, unambiguous boundary. The time after you stop eating and drinking becomes a protected, sacred space for winding down. This is your time for a warm bath, for reading a book, for gentle stretching, for meditation, or for quiet conversation with a loved one. It helps to signal to your entire nervous system, not just your bladder, that the day's work is done and it's time to transition into a state of profound relaxation. It addresses the issue on a psychological level as well as a physiological one. You are creating a powerful ritual of rest. For many people, this simple rule also helps them become more acutely aware of their true hunger and thirst signals. You start to realize that much of late-night eating is driven not by genuine physical need, but by habit, boredom, or emotional cues. By establishing this clear cutoff, you are not only helping your bladder, but you are also improving your relationship with food and your own evening habits. It's a powerful, holistic practice. So please, I urge you, take this one piece of advice to heart above all others. The sunset rule. Give your body the priceless gift of a 2 to 3 hour processing window before bed. It is a simple, free, and profoundly effective trick that respects your body's brilliant natural rhythms and paves the way for the deep, restorative sleep you've been seeking for so long. Restful nights. We've journeyed through the intricate science of your bladder. We've met the fruits that soothe and the fruits that irritate, and we've uncovered the absolutely critical importance of timing. Now, let's bring it all together into a clear, cohesive vision for your future. A future filled with deeply restful nights and vibrant, energized mornings. The central message I want you to take away from our time together today is one of balance, awareness, and profound empowerment. This is not about declaring war on your favorite foods or creating a rigid, joyless, and unsustainable diet. It's about making small, intelligent, and conscious shifts that honor your body. It's about seeing your body not as a source of frustration or a broken machine, but as a complex and beautiful system you can learn to understand and work with in perfect harmony. The true power to change the quality of your sleep is not found in a prescription pill or a drastic medical procedure. For so many of us, it is found in the simple, daily choices you make in your own kitchen and in your own evening routine. It is power that has been in your hands all along. It's also crucial to remember that this focus on fruit is one important piece of a larger, holistic puzzle of well-being. The very same principles we've applied to fruit also apply to other areas of your diet and lifestyle. Is your evening meal very high in salt, causing your body to retain water and then aggressively flush it out later in the night? Are you drinking caffeinated tea or coffee in the afternoon, which acts as both a powerful diuretic and a direct bladder stimulant? Are you hydrating well and consistently throughout the day, or are you trying to make up for it by chugging a huge amount of water right before bed? All of these elements work together synergistically. The gentle approach of choosing a potassium-rich banana over an acidic orange in the evening, combined with the profound wisdom of the sunset rule and a mindful reduction of late-day caffeine, can create a massive cascade of positive effects. Together, they can transform your sleep quality more profoundly than you can currently imagine. Each small, wise choice is a vote for better rest. Each conscious decision is a direct investment in your long-term health and vitality. You do not have to accept restless nights as an inevitable, unchangeable part of life or aging. That is a pervasive myth that disempowers us and keeps us stuck in a cycle of fatigue. The narrative that tells you this is just how it is now is one you have the right, the knowledge, and the ability to rewrite starting this very evening. The power to reclaim your sleep, to reclaim your energy, and to reclaim your vitality is already in your possession. It's in your grocery cart, it's in your fruit bowl, and most importantly, it's in your daily habits. By making these simple, conscious choices, swapping an acidic orange for a soothing banana, respecting the sunset rule, and becoming a student of your body's signals, you are doing so much more than just managing an annoying symptom. You are actively and lovingly participating in your own well-being. You are investing in deeper rest, which science has proven leads to better cognitive function, a stronger immune system, a more stable mood, and brighter, more vibrant mornings. A peaceful, uninterrupted night of sleep is not a luxury. It is a fundamental biological necessity for a happy and healthy life. And it is waiting for you. It's there for the taking, starting with the very next choice you make.